Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 251 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we are talking about the A in the soAp framework. In the soAp framework, A stands for action. But before we can decide what to take action on, the options we explored yesterday, we have to analyze those options and have a tool or a way of deciding which one to take action on first. Sometimes we just intuitively know, hey, this is the thing I'm going to do right now because it's quick, it's easy, I can do it. And I can see if it gives me the results that I want or not. Is it moving me toward what I want or away from what I don't want? Other times, we need a little bit more in-depth analysis. And I share a lot, pros and cons, head, heart, and intuition, and different tools. And I think it's been since April we covered the urine analysis. Now, it's not the best name, but it is a great tool, and it's easy to remember, right? Most all of us have had some kind of a urine test throughout our lifetime, especially if we're female and have had children. But this is a great acronym because it stands for urgent, resources, important, necessary, and energy. And those are good criteria for analyzing our possible alternatives. So yesterday I came up with and circled 3 out of my 10, 3, and 1 options. Today we're going to come up with the 1. The 3 I picked were dress for success, hairstyle matters, and seek professional help. Probably need all of the above. But how am I going to analyze those 3 alternatives? Because they're different, right? Some of them are more urgent than others. Some of them require more resources. Some of them are more important and necessary. And some are going to take more energy for me to actually implement than others. So I want to, on a scale of probably 1 to 3, because that's the number of alternatives I have, is rate each of these. Now here's the tricky part. When you're rating these, if you're coming up with either the highest or the lowest number, you have to have the grading scale be consistent. Well, resources and energy, to me personally, less resources, less energy required is a higher number, meaning it gets more weight, more emphasis. Just like if it's urgent, the most urgent one gets a 3, the next most urgent one gets a 2, and the least urgent option gets a 1, right? And it's just the opposite when I'm looking at resources and energy. When I'm looking at resources and energy, 3 goes to the one that takes the least amount of resources or the least amount of energy. And, you just do it a couple of times and you get used to it. But it sounds confusing when I first explain it, but it's not. So if I'm looking at dressing for success, hairstyle matters, and seeking professional help, I'll just do a couple of these. I won't do them all, but let's do urgent and resources just so we can see an example of how this works. Dressing for success, is that urgent? Probably. Is hair matters urgent? Probably. Seeking professional help, urgent. I'm going to give hairstyle the 3 because that's the most urgent. Dress for success, a 2, and seek professional help, a 1. Now, I could probably seek professional help and get help with everything to do with my appearance, right? But that's a topic for another or more, a different consideration. Resources. How many resources would it take to dress for success? Not very many because I got a ton of clothes. Hairstyle matters. That's going to take some resources. We're going to give that one a 2. We're going to give the 1 to dress for success, and we're going to give the 3 to the seek professional help, because seeking professional help means I got to go find some professionals. I'm going to pay some professionals. I'm going to get some professional help. And who knows how long it would take, right? And then if I'm looking at, is it important? Is it important that I dress for success or my hairstyle matters? And this is subjective, right? But we're taking and adding numerical values to make it a little less subjective. So I would say important, dress for success, I'm going to give that one a 3. I'm going to give a 2 to the hairstyle and a 1 to professional help. And it maybe should be the opposite. Is it necessary? Do I need to have a professional help? No, that's going to get a 1. 2 for hairstyle because I am not going to cut my own hair. I'll style my own hair, but I'm not going to cut and pick a style myself. And then dress for success would get the 3. And then how much energy is it going to take? Again, it's not going to take hardly any energy for me to pick better clothes. So I'm going to give that one a 3. I'm going to give 2 to hairstyle. And then it is going to take a lot of energy for finding a professional. So I'm giving that a 1 because I want that to have the least amount of weight and emphasis. So if I were to add these all up, I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for professional, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for hairstyle, and 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 for Dress for Success. So what's the first thing I'm going to take action on today? Dressing for success. Now, I don't have to. I could say, okay, that's how it worked out, but I'm going to still start researching and find some professional to help me and give me a professional makeover, or help me get a more professional or more whatever type of appearance I want to increase my confidence. So that's our tool for today, urine analysis. Any questions about this? Go ahead to the Get Your Goals Challenge private Facebook group. There are tons of examples of this being applied to different areas and aspects of our life in that group. And you can just search urine analysis on the side bar and it will pop up all those examples. Otherwise, you can always ask me. Hit me up, ask if you've got specific questions, or you're like, okay, well, I don't know how I would judge these criteria based on this, and I can help walk you through that. All right, have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.